So after that, we got Trip with the Teacher, 1975, starring Zalman King, Red Shoe Diaries, and Brenda Fogarty. Brenda Fogarty. She looked familiar, like I'd seen her somewhere before, but I don't know where. I don't even remember that name. But anyway, synopsis says, how far should a teacher go to protect her students? A chilling experience in terror as a group of female students and their pretty teacher are ambushed while on a field trip by two sadistic bikers, forcing the women to learn a lesson in survival. Now, this movie was actually good. It wasn't just so bad it's good. It was actually good. You know, like from the good and bad ratio is like, you know, maybe 70% good and 30% bad. Whereas the other ones are kind of like just 50-50 good and bad, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of a rip-off of Last House on the Left, where, you know, these kind of brutish, kind of thug type guys, you know, capture these girls, torture them, rape them, whatever. But one of the bikers are actually a nice guy, a good guy who, okay, let me explain the plot. Okay, it starts out where these high school girls on a field trip with their teacher, they're just kind of riding through the middle of nowhere, and then they stop at a gas station. The bikers show up there, and, you know, the nice biker, the nice guy, he's talking to the girls, and, you know, he kind of, you know, sort of has a thing for one of them, flirts a little bit. But the two other bikers, the bad ones, they sort of clash with the gas station attendant. They're just kind of rude to him, and then he's like, you know, he sort of like stands up for himself and tells them off, and then one of them gets offended, you know, after they're being rude to him, and then he sort of like drips a little bit of gasoline on their motorcycles, and he's like, wipe it off. I mean, wipe it off your damn self. And then the guy, you know, he kind of follows him in and kills him. And then they eventually catch up. You know, by then the school bus is gone, so they eventually catch back up with the school bus. And then, you know, the girls, like, they see him out there on the motorcycles, they're just kind of waving. Ah! Yeah, I guess they're really naive, you know. I guess in the 70s, you know, people were more naive back then. So, you know, I guess they thought nothing of those bikers just kind of showing up around them all the time. But yeah, their bus eventually breaks down. The driver doesn't really know how to fix it. So the bikers catch up. They ask the bikers to help them out fixing the school bus, and then, you know, I guess one of the bikers, the good one, he's sort of just talking, chit-chatting with one of the girls. The girl he sort of has a thing for, and then one of the bad bikers, he's chit-chatting with another girl, but then he's just sort of acting all creepy and just obnoxious, sort of just being inappropriate and kind of just creepy. And the teacher kind of sees this, and she sort of like pulls a girl away from one of them, or I don't know. They just sort of start like, I don't know. You'd have to see it. Like they, you know, the guy's acting stupid. The teacher's getting pissed at him, and then, you know, she like says, fine, you know, we don't need your help, we'll manage somehow without you. And then they're just kind of like snickering and laughing, and you know, and I don't know, somehow they convince the bikers to pull the bus with their bikes, and pull it up the road, because I guess they're the only help out there. Because if the bikers left them there, they'd be stuck out there all by themselves until someone else drove by, and who knows when somebody else is going to drive by. So they eventually come upon this deserted sort of farmhouse or wooden shed or whatever. I don't know. Not a farmhouse, but just some old wooden abandoned forest house. I don't know what to call it. And the biker, the bad one, the main bad one, kind of resembles Krug in Last House on the Left, played by David Hess. They're like, oh, we're done helping you out, we're gonna leave you here. And then she's like, well, you can't just leave us here by, like, there's nobody here. And it's like, well, what can we do for your help? And then, like, you need money? I don't want your money. Well, what do you want? Like a nice piece of ass. And she slaps him, and then they get into a fight. The other bad biker, the brother of the main bad biker, he comes, like, it all ends up in a fight. The bus driver, he's fighting the guy because he's kind of fighting the teacher, and then, like, it all turns into a big brawl where the bus driver ends up getting run over by one of the bikers. Like, he kind of runs over his neck, and then he's dead. And then oh my god, all hell breaks loose. And then I guess the brother of the brother's kind of trying to hold him back. Okay, two of the bikers are brothers. The two bad ones, they're brothers, and he's trying to one of them's trying to hold the other back, while everyone else holding back the teacher from, they're still kind of fighting. And then the good biker, he's trying to helping out too, and then he realizes something's up with those two guys, and then he kind of goes back to the school bus, and he's kind of looking around for stuff, I guess, trying to figure out what to do. One of the students, teenage girls, follows him in. He's like, do you realize what's going on? If we I'm not explaining this right, but basically, they killed a man, and the teacher and the girls and the good biker, they're the witnesses to that. So the two bad ones have to kill them. They would have to kill them in order, to get away, without being found out. So that's where, stuff starts to take a turn for the worse. They start, the bikers basically just go crazy on them all, and it kind of plays like a Last House on the Left type scenario, where the good guy, the good biker, it somehow gets overpowered or tied up or whatever, and then a few of the girls get raped, the teacher gets raped. They try to escape a few times, and then the killers kind of catch up with the escapees and kill them, and it's actually pretty good. It's suspenseful. It's bad, it was really tense and kept me engaged. So